Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, it's Rad, and in this video you can watch the forecast for your star sign for the week August 4th to August 10th, 2025. And if you do wish to have a personal reading, you can go to my website, which link you can find in the description down below. Now with that being said, let's jump right away to your reading. This reading is for Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, and also Sagittarius Rising. And if it happens that you are born under the Sagittarius sign, then you can take from the reading what are the things that you're going to face going through the week, what the week is going to face you with, like situations that you're going to be involved in, type of people that you're going to have to interact with, what kind of difficulties or issues, and generally what that week is going to be all about for you. Listening to your moon sign is going to give you an idea what emotions the enterprises that you're going to face is going to create in you, whether you're going to hate them, whether you're going to love them, and so on and so forth. And if your rising sign is Sagittarius, then you can take that reading as a guidance. In other words, what is going to be the best way to, handle your stuff around. So with that said, the very first card for you Sagittarius, that will be the Chariot card, followed by the second card, which stands as a Five of Cups. Third one, that will be Queen of Cups. And the final card for you Sagittarius, we have a Seven of Pentacles. So those four cards, and the additional card to the Queen of Cups, this is going to be Eight of Wands. Right, so those four cards, and we're talking about a week of extension that you will be able to earn and fight for and ultimately establish. So this is all about a colossal efforts to find the right measures, to find the right investment or the right approach toward a particular undertaking or straight away a field in your life. And this is a field that you are facing an overwhelming odds, at least at this stage. The first card, it is the Chariot, and that is what the Chariot does represents when someone is facing, like I said, overwhelming odds and in generally standing before a challenge that doesn't seem a challenge one can handle. And at first, the very first instinct that you are going to have is to seek an extension of the deadline, just so you make sure whether you will be capable of finding the resources needed, accomplishing partnerships with the people that are required for that particular thing, and in generally collecting the means necessary to overcome those odds if possible. And at least according to these cards, it's quite possible for you to do it. In fact, once everything is settled down and the picture is pretty much clear for you Sagittarius, then it will become also clear to you that not just you can overcome the odds, not just you can triumph, but you will be able to triumph the way that you wish that to happen. So in other words, we can say that that is a week that you can manifest a wish of yours to come true. But again, what is going to cost is you standing against the overwhelming odds. Now, another thing that is important to be mentioned here is that at least throughout the week, you won't be able to face any support whatsoever. So everything you will gonna have to push on your own behalf, and being alone in the midst of activities out there. But that is going to have its own effect upon your nature and upon your character, making you much more prouder and also raising up your horse even higher, giving you the predisposition to look toward others from a higher horse than before, and you will have a merit to do so. It is because, again, you will be able to triumph over those overwhelming odds that you are going to stand against. And this extension that you are going to earn going through the week is going to be worth it 100 pretty much percent. This extension, in fact, it's very prone to be committing into relationship. You may have a person of interest that is pushing you to commit into a relationship, but you may feel that something is off, not necessarily with them, but just with the situation. And so you fight for extension. And while it's difficult to do so because the other person is very pushy, bruising, and in generally, it's kind of like using manipulative tactics to make you commit sooner rather than later, you will be able to earn that extension throughout the week just so you can get that person to know you better and you to know them better. And that way, you both are going to avoid unnecessary conflicts that will arise in the future of that relationship. And that was just one example how that week can manifest for you, Sagittarius. Now, the second card here stands as what is going to work against you, and that is pretty much the price that you're going to have to pay getting on that extension. And the price is some losses, probably on different fields, maybe losses of opportunities, okay, maybe losses of finances as well, if you do have to invest materially in one thing or another just so you can get that extension, maybe losses in time as well, but those losses are going to make you a bit disappointing. A bit disappointed, I'm sorry, questioning whether you're making the right choice or not here. And at least according to these cards, yes, you are, and you are just facing the negative consequences of one decision made, because, you know, every decision carries pros and cons. And right now you're facing the cons and they're working against you, pushing you into, again, questioning yourself and deviating from the path of self-realization. And you shouldn't do that. Obviously, I mean, you should carry on with the decision that you have consciously made to overcome that particular challenge on the cost that is going to pretty much suit you. What is going to be in your favor? It is that person here. It's Queen of Cups, being catalyzed by or influenced by the Eight of Wands. So that is person who is not rush at all. What I mean, it is that they do not preemptively doing pretty much, for example, strikes or actions or making any choices whatsoever. They do like to plan extensively before they actually conclude how they're going to move forward. Now, that person understands pretty well what kind of a situation you are in. In fact, they're feeling the same thing. When they think about you and when they think about your situation, they're feeling exactly the same thing. The same way, I'm sorry, as you're feeling, and they're feeling exactly the same thing. So they can put themselves into your shoes, walk a mile, come back, and give a pretty accurate and as well objective opinion. What should be your next step? So the guidance of that person, it can serve you very well. I mean, you can go a long way with it. Whether you're going to take it or not, it is entirely up to you. But this person is going to have also another influence for you. They are going to be like a shelter, like a place of solace. Every time you feel overwhelmed, every time you feel that things aren't going your way, and so on and so forth, you can always go there and cry on their shoulders. And that emotional offload is going to be very relieving, and it will recharge you with energy to keep on pushing those overwhelming odds. That person also is going to be very, very discreet about your situation. So if that is something that you're doing in a secretive manner, you need to know that your secret is safe with them. And towards the end of the week here with the Seven of Pentacles, it does look like that you Sagittarius finally are gonna end up with the correct measures to push your things through, and in general to have that balance in between the giving and taking, what you give into this situation, okay, what you give into that undertaking that first was with overwhelming odds, seeming that it's going to take everything away from you. Now that's not the case. As much as it takes, just as much as it gives. And this card here shows that regarding on what kind of a field this undertaking is, because it could be a romantic undertaking, it could be business undertaking. Just as much as you invest in your business, that is as much as that you are going to get from your business. Just as much as you invest in your relationship, that is as much as that you are going to get from or take from your relationship. And therefore you will restore the balance in between the giving and taking here, at least at this stage, and at least for the next few weeks, for what those cards are showing. And that said, you will find some resources to spare, like some time to spare, like some money to spare, like some dedication to spare for other things that are gonna have, a positive contribution to your well-being. So with that said, Sagittarius, that was your weekly reading. Hopefully you do enjoy it and you do liked it. And if you did, you can subscribe to the channel, leave a like, comment on the video as well if you feel the need to do so. And if you think that this video can help someone you know, then you can share it with them. Other than that, hopefully we're going to see each other next time. And until then, bye.